pessoal! Hello everyone! We will start our live class in a few minutes, okay? Let's just give everyone some time to get here. You can already start by telling me your name in the comments. Tell me your name, where you're from. You can leave here in the chat because I can see you. Boa noite, John. Who else is here? Tell me in the chat here where you're from. Okay, so John is from Nantucket. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but Nantucket, I guess. Nice. Well, I guess we can get started already. This will be recorded, so who comes later will be able to see everything. So once again, olá pessoal, hello everyone. I want to welcome you to this Q&A with Laura, the live Portuguese class where I answer all of your Portuguese questions. So during this week, I don't know if you are seeing here, but during this week, I organized an online event, the Sing and Speak Week. Have you participated in the Sing and Speak Week? Well, in this event, I showed you a step-by-step pathway to achieve fluency in Portuguese, even from zero with music. So if you haven't watched these classes yet, I believe you should hurry up, hurry up because all the classes will be taken off the air at midnight tonight. Okay, so today is really the last day to watch these classes from the Sing and Speak Week. I will put all the links here in the description, okay? So you can already go to the description, the links are there. And after this class here, you should go there and watch if you haven't watched it yet, all right? And because of this event I prepared this week, today is also a special Q&A live. Okay, because I will review with you the main points from this event, from the Sing and Speak Week, okay? And also, I'll be answering any questions you might have, about these previous lessons, about the Sing and Speak Week, or about Portuguese in general, okay? So, you can send me your questions in the chat, okay? And I will also answer some questions that I received during the week. All right, so I also need to tell you that today I've got some good news and some, well, not so good news for you, okay? But first I'm gonna tell you the good news, and then after that I'm gonna tell you the not so good news. But actually, before we do that, let's summarize a little bit what we learned during this Sing and Speak Week. I'm going to tell you briefly what we learned during this week, all right? So, and if you have questions, you can start sending here in the chat, okay? I will be seeing them at the end and answering them. Okay, so the first thing we learned in the Sing and Speak Week, in our first class, we learned how not to learn Portuguese, okay? So I showed you some wrong ways of learning, some ways that people usually use without maybe even knowing it's wrong. And the first one was to search for random tips on the web. And this is a wrong way of learning because these random tips lack a structured approach, so you evolve very slowly when you use only this method. So the first one, to search for random tips on the web. The second mistake people always do while learning Portuguese is studying through grammar books alone, you know? So the grammar books themselves are not bad. The problem is that language is something dynamic, you know, something contextual. So you need to understand how grammar works in actual conversations. And the grammar books might not offer examples or opportunities for this practical application of the rules, you know? And since language is also something that changes, something dynamic that changes over time, grammar books also may not always reflect those changes in use. So they might bring like the correct grammar rule, but they don't show you how we actually use it, especially nowadays, you know. They of course, they don't show you like slang, they don't show you everyday use of these expressions. So they are good for specific points, you know, you need to check, but they are not good for learning in general, you know. You shouldn't base all your Portuguese learning on them, all right? And the third wrong way to learn was using language learning apps alone. So these apps, they focus heavily on vocabulary, you know. So they put a lot of like vocabulary exercise, flashcards and everything. And yes, vocabulary is essential, but language learning is more than just memorizing words, you know. You need this integration between grammar, between sentence structure, between vocabulary, between pronunciation, between culture. So you need all of these when you're learning a language, you know. And when you use these apps, okay, they will help you with vocabulary, but that's it, you know. So you will not develop this meaningful communication. And the last mistake we saw was to take private lessons. Yeah, this one can be surprising, I would say. But this can be a wrong way to learn because you tend to take eventual private lessons with no follow-up, you know. These classes can be quite expensive, right? So you don't always take like them every week, especially not every day. So it's hard to have constancy when you're doing it like that. And also, you tend not to follow like a structured method, a structured material, you know, that goes from beginner to advanced. It's something more spontaneous, you know, so you don't have a learning plan, you don't have something structured there, you know. So that's why it can also be a wrong way to learn, right? So those were the 4 wrong ways to learn that we saw in the first class. And the second way, in the second class, we saw a super effective approach to fluency, okay? That was the right way of learning. And that right way of learning is the one that worked for me and has been working for my students too. That is learning through music. So if you watch the classes, you saw me talking about this for a long time. Here we're just going to review a little bit, okay? And this learning with music is not only scientifically proven to be effective, but of course is a much funnier, more interesting way to learn and more effective too, right? And in this class, I also showed you 4 pillars to reach fluency in Portuguese. So if you want to be fluent, you should focus on these 4 pillars, okay? And I also showed you how music can and should be inserted in each one of these pillars, okay? So the first pillar was vocabulary, because vocabulary is the cornerstone in learning any language. For any language you learn, you need vocabulary. And you can't simply learn a bunch of words from a list, you know? You need contextual learning, so you can use these words in real life later. And again, here enters music. So it's proven that music helps you to learn and memorize words more easily, you know, because music and memory are closely linked to in our brains. You know, they are very linked inside our brains. They share the same neural pathways, you know. And music activates this process because it evokes strong emotions in ourselves when we listen to this music, you know. So it makes us to remember things with ease. Isn't it easier to remember like a song's lyrics than to remember, I don't know, something you studied for a test? Isn't it easier? The song gets stuck in your head, you know? It's because they are connected. Memory and music are connected in our brains, you know? So this can be useful. You can use this to learn something, right? This is already in your brain. You just need to explore this possibility. And remember, I also told you how important it is to have contextual learning. So songs can also help you with that, you know, because they are filled with everyday vocabulary, idioms, and expressions. So when you listen to music, you're exposing yourself to the most commonly used words in context, you know. So it helps you to understand not only what they mean, but also how to use them, okay? So that was our first pillar, that was vocabulary. Our second pillar was grammar and sentence structure. So this pillar is also essential for fluency, you know. And again, we can also put music here. So in songs, you are constantly exposed to different grammar arrangements, you know, different verbal tenses, different conjugations. So this facilitates a more natural understanding of the grammar, you know, as opposed to just trying to memorize this from a book. So it becomes much more natural to learn grammar, also through repetition that comes from the songs, right? And the third pillar we had was pronunciation. So music can also be very useful here, very good here in pronunciation. Since like when you sing a song in a foreign language, you will try naturally to reproduce the sounds you hear, right? You will hear something, you will naturally try to reproduce that. So this will lead you to pronouncing the words correctly, you know? And it's natural. When you sing along, you're trying to sing like the singer, and it becomes a natural process, all right? Great. And the last pillar was conversation practice. So it's very important to engage in conversations, you know? It's essential. If you want to speak, you need to engage in conversations. And even here, music can help, you know, because it's proven by some scientific studies too that learning with music and music in general can reduce foreign language anxiety. Who here hasn't at some point become quite nervous when talking to a person in another language? If you have tried this, I'm sure you got pretty nervous, you know. I know I have. So I know it's common. I believe you have too. But it's proven that music can help even with this, you know. It can help you to reduce this foreign language anxiety, right? You will be more confident when you have a chance to practice with a person or actually to talk in real life, maybe in Brazil, something like that. So you will be much more confident, all right? So that was our second lesson in the Sing and Speak Week. And the third lesson was a hands-on lesson. We put in practice everything we learned. So I showed you all these pillars in practice, my method in practice, with a very cool song called Garota de Ipanema. Do you know this song? It's very famous, so I believe everybody knows this song, Garota de Ipanema. In English is Girl from Ipanema. And I showed you these 4 pillars in practice. So that is class 3, okay? That is my favorite one, so you should really check it out. So that's it, okay? That's the review from the Sing and Speak Week. And do you have any questions so far? You can send me in the chat if you do. And while you do that, let's start with some questions some people sent me here over the last few days. You know, some questions people usually have, and I believe will help you too, okay? But I'm gonna give you some time if you want to send something in the comments. And before I read these questions people already sent me, I need to share with you the good and the bad news I told you about, you know? So first, like I said, we'll go with the good news. I have some good news. So As some of you already know, tomorrow is the big day when we're opening up registration for the latest edition of the Sing and Speak Portuguese course. It's a new class. I'm opening a new class in the course, okay? And this will be a complete package designed to those that want to go like even from square one to fluent speaker in Portuguese, okay? And this uses music to make the process a lot faster and fun, like I showed you here in the week, all right? So that is my method, that is my course. And a very important message is that different from many other Portuguese courses, here we have weekly conversation classes, okay? We will practice these in small groups, okay? And you don't have to pay anything else for this, okay? It's included in the course. So besides receiving the recorded lessons, we will have conversation practice lessons, okay? Every week, live classes for 1 year. And this is how I can make sure that my students are making progress and being challenged to apply everything we learn in real life conversations. It's very fun and very effective. This time though, there is something more. We have a special bonus. So besides the course, we have a special bonus. So when you sign up for this new Sing and Speak Portuguese class, you'll also get access to our Portuguese for Travel course, which is perfect for those of you that want to go to Brazil and want to feel confident communicating with people. It's concise and direct, it's to the point. The things you need to know, the words, the expressions you need to know for a travel, okay? And it's included in the course, okay? And lastly, there's one more thing, okay? You will have lifetime access to the whole course. Lifetime access to the recorded part of the course, okay? Which means that if you're not able to learn everything in 1 year, maybe you are in a busy place in your life right now, you can't do it in 1 year. You can keep going in the next year, you can take your time. Also, even when you go there to the advanced level, if you need to review something, if you forget the subject, you can just go back there and consult it, You can see it in an organized way. Everything will be there in the platform, okay? And I'm doing this because I have been through the process of learning another language, I know it's hard to remember everything about it, and I really would like to be able to consult everything in one place in an organized way whenever I need, so that's why I'm doing this for you. Okay, so that was the good news so far, all right? So let's go now to the bad news. So the bad news that I need to tell you is that despite our immense excitement over the response during the Sing and Speak week here, during the participation, there's a problem, okay? As much as I'd love to accommodate everyone in the course, we had to make some tough decisions, because it's not possible to make available spots for everyone. Now, you might be wondering, it's an online course, isn't it? How can the spots be limited? It doesn't make sense. Well, here's the problem. We want to deliver personalized attention, to ensure each participant receives the support they need. So consequently, we've had to set like a limit to maintain the quality of the course, to maintain the quality of our conversation classes, for example. So we have limited the number of available spots, okay? Since more than 100 people showed interest in the Sing and Speak week in the event, the spots might fill sooner than expected. So it might not take long for me to close the registrations. But don't worry, okay? Just be prepared to not take too long when I open the registrations, okay? You do not need to worry about this, but don't take too long. When you see the registrations are open, you can already enroll in the course, So let me just tell you again how you can secure your spot, okay? The registrations will open tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. I will open the registrations at 9 a.m. East time zone, okay? At East time zone. So keep a close eye on your inbox, in your email, in the WhatsApp group too, okay? That's when I'll be sending the enrollment information, the link, so you can click and see everything, okay? So once you have the link, head over to the enrollment page. There you'll find a detailed video where I will walk you through everything you need to know about the course. You know, I will tell you all the information you need to know, okay? About the course structure, about how the modules are divided, about payment options, guarantees. Everything will be detailedly explained in the video, okay? Just check there. And right below the video, you'll see a button that can send you to the page, or you will pay to the payment page, okay? Where you will enroll in the course. So if you have any doubts, you will also have links at the bottom of the page. You know, you can talk to my support team. So you just click their WhatsApp or an email and talk to my support, okay? And hey, tell your friends too. You know, if you have some friends that might be interested, someone you know that wants to learn Portuguese, tell them and send them their link when you receive it tomorrow, okay? So the warm-up classes and the Sing and Speak Week classes will be taken off the air tonight at midnight, okay? So don't delay. Great. So now let's go to the part where I will answer the questions. If you haven't already, tell me here. Let me see the chat. Okay, so our first question here. I've been researching language learning and like the ideas of comprehensible input. How do you feel about this idea and how did you learn English? I'm a complete beginner. Okay, from what I know, this comprehensible input is like this technique where the teacher will provide you input, right? And the students will understand most of it, but not all of it. So you will receive a lot of input information, right? I think it's a great way. It's the traditional way, I guess, right? I don't know what you mean exactly. And then later with time you will understand more. I'm not sure if that's what you mean by this. But in the course I kind of apply this method, you know, because I will show you with music. So at first you won't understand everything from the song, you know, from the song from that week. At first you won't understand everything, but I will tell you to listen to the song, you know, and you will be exposed to those words, everything you don't know yet. But then I will have a class. I will explain things to you. And after the classes, you will continue to listen to the song until you're able to understand everything, you know. So you will have this input at first. You will receive this information you still don't know. But you will have my help to guide you. You know, I will tell you what is important, what does this word mean, how to use it, oh, how to use the grammar here, you know. So it's not completely, you'll not be alone, you know, in this input technique. I'm not sure if that was your question exactly, you know. The next one we had here, can you tell us the rates? You mean the rates for the course, the spots available? Well, it's still not defined, you know. It will depend on how much people, how many people enroll for the course, okay? It's still not defined. How many languages do you speak? Your English is outstanding. Thanks, John. Actually, I speak only Portuguese and English. I try a little bit at Spanish. You know, Portuguese and Spanish are a little bit similar, but many things are different. So I can understand Spanish better than I can speak it. So I wouldn't say I speak Spanish, but I can understand a bit. Any more questions, guys? Feel free to send here. That's the time. Let me see. You send something else? Hello, I like your teaching style, but sometimes I think music is too hard for me as a beginner. Do you think it can be a problem? Alright, so if you are a beginner and you want to learn through music, you don't have to worry, okay? It's not a problem. I know that it can sound difficult, if you get a song right now and you try to listen to it and you don't understand anything, I know you will probably freak out about it, but you don't have to worry because this gets better with time. And in my course, I will, like I said, I will be there explaining everything to you, so you will not be alone there trying to make sense of things by yourself. I will be there. I will tell you what this means, when to use this, why is this important, So learning through music can be a little difficult if you're doing this by yourself. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it can be a little difficult, if you're doing this by yourself. But if you are if you have some support, if you have someone guiding you, it's a fantastic tool, It's a fantastic tool. It helps you a lot. And it's something you have available at any time, At any time you can just pick up a song and start listening and check the translation and learn new words, So it's something you can do forever. I do it until today for English. When I'm listening to a song, I still pick up new vocabulary, new pronunciation. It's awesome. So I would say it's very good for beginners, because with songs, you can see all those pillars I told you. It covers all those pillars. All right? Great. So, like I said before, there are some questions here that I need to answer, okay? Some questions that I already had here. And the first one is actually about class 3 from the Sing and Speak week, okay? It's about the content I showed you in the class 3. So the question is, what is the difference in saying eu sou feliz e eu estou feliz? If you watch class 3 with me, lesson 3 from the Sing and Speak week, I bet you might know this answer here. But let me show you. I will open the slides here to show you. So check here. The question was, what is the difference between saying eu sou feliz e eu estou feliz? Let's put the sentences here. Eu sou feliz. Eu estou feliz. So, the verb ser is one of the forms of the verb to be in Portuguese. But this one we use for more permanent things, permanent ideas, okay? So, when I say eu sou feliz, I mean that I am a happy person. I'm happy. Most of the time, I'm just a happy person. Eu sou feliz. When I say eu estou feliz, it means I am happy now. So the verb estar is for more temporary conditions, temporary emotions and everything. So this is the difference basically, okay? In the second here, it means I am happy right now. Great. So that was a content question, okay, from the class 3 of the Sing and Speak week. Let me see the next question we have here. Let's see. Now there are some questions here about the course, okay? So let me see here. Okay, this is a very good one. What musical styles do you use in the course? So we use a diversity of songs. We include national rock, samba, Brazilian popular music, the MPB. We use bossa nova. We use sertanejo, that is like a country music, and more, so I tend to be very eclectic here. I use all different musical styles, so everyone can be pleased, everyone will find like a good song there they like. Let's see what else we have here. I was watching your video on musical styles and understand that bossa nova is more for intermediate. But I love bossa nova. Any songs might be good for beginners. So John, actually, like I said in the video, in general, bossa nova is better for intermediate level because it has like a more difficult language sometimes, you know. But it depends a lot, depends on the song, and especially depends if you have someone to help you, okay? So I put it in the intermediate, assuming like you're learning by yourself or you're just watching some videos now and then. But in my course, the first song is a bossa nova song, okay? And we use it more oftenly. So it depends on the song. This song I showed you here in the Sing and Speak Week, Garota de Ipanema, is not very difficult, you know. If you are an absolute beginner, you can still use it. It has useful vocabulary, it's not so fast, so it's a good song, Garota de Ipanema, okay? Nice. The next question I have here is this. Does the course have any materials to support the recorded classes? So do we have materials in the course? Well, yes. Each class has a PDF, okay, with the song, and then the song with the translation, and then we have like a summary of everything we learned, like the words, the important words we saw in the class. Then we have the grammar explained and with exercises, with examples, and then the exercises to practice. And there's even a part there where you can make your own sentences. So there's a class about sentence making and there's a space in the PDF. After that, there's something for you to practice your pronunciation, to practice your writing. So it's a very complete PDF, you know, and there's one file for each module, okay, of the course. Hello, Miriam. Thank you. Amen. She says, God bless you. Thank you. Okay, next question here. When does the course start and finish? So the platform already has 9 recorded modules. 9 recorded modules. Okay, so as soon as you purchase the course, you will have access to these 9 modules that are already recorded. And since I recommend you to do 1 module per week, you already have content for 9 weeks, okay? 1 module per week. And the following modules will be released weekly until the course is complete, until the end of the year. So I release a new module every week, okay? And as soon as you purchase, you already have access to this, okay? And after that, you will have like lifetime access. I will not take off your access to the platform, so you can go back there, review everything, okay? Let me see the next one here. What if I am not a beginner? Is your course still useful? Is your course still challenging? Well, even though you're gonna find the complex grammar structures and like this complex things, you will find it in the last levels, in the intermediate and in the advanced. Even from level 1, even from the essentials, you will be challenged, you know, because we will have conversation classes with people from the same level as you. We will have this vocabulary from the song. So from each song, I'm sure you will find out some vocabulary that you didn't know about, you know. But I structure the lessons like this. So the grammar will be a beginner's grammar, okay? In the first lesson, you will learn something very basic because there are beginners here in the course. But like in the vocabulary lesson, you will learn a lot of vocabulary that is not specifically for beginners only, you know? A song has many vocabulary, so I will explain everything and this will be useful. Also the pronunciation, there's not a big difference between the pronunciation from beginner to advanced, you know, you have to constantly practice that, okay? So I will make sure that everyone will have a good experience, even if you already have, so if you already have a foundation in Portuguese, or if you're coming from total beginner, it's still good. Next question here, pretty simple. How will I access the course after purchasing it? How does it work? So after you buy the course that I will release tomorrow, you will receive an email, from the platform, and you will have a link to log in to access the course platform, and you will have access to everything that is already there, those 9 modules and the Portuguese for travel, okay? And also I will reach out to you to make sure that you receive the link, that everything is correct, but it will be. And also next week you will enter our Telegram group, so we will schedule our first conversation class, okay? This is important. Is there any satisfaction guarantee or refund policy? Actually, yes. To take all the concerns out of your hands, you will have a 30-day unconditional guarantee, So if in 30 days you don't like the course for any reasons, no questions asked, you can just send me an email. I will put my email here in the description. I will put it here after the class, But you can just send me an email there and I will return all your money, okay? And also, if that's still not enough, if you think in 30 days you can't see your results, after that, after 30 days, if you have done all the exercises, if you have completed all the lessons, if you have participated in the conversation classes, but you still don't see results, I will give you a free mentorship, so we will design a plan specific for you. And if you do everything we agree in this plan and you're still not satisfied with your results, I will return all of your money plus $100, And even I will be surprised if after all of this you still don't have results, because I know how effective my method is. I strongly believe in this method. So I can give you this guarantee, no problem, because I believe in this method, All right, let's see. And finally, when can I sign up? So just to review, you can sign up tomorrow morning, okay? At 9 a.m. East time zone, I will send the links in your email. So if you signed up for the Sing and Speak week, I already have your email here. I will send you the link there, and also in the WhatsApp group. So I will send there too, okay? At 9 a.m. you will receive this link and you will be able to register for the course. All right? So, like I said, you just have to click there. You will open a page where you fill your information. You select the payment method, okay? And finish. And watch the video. In this link, there will be a video. Watch the video. Everything will be explained there, okay? If you're watching me here, but you haven't subscribed for the Sing and Speak week, if you didn't sign up there, I don't have your email, and I need your email to send you this link. So here in the description, there's a link with a part said subscribe. There's a link there where you can still subscribe for the Sing and Speak week. So I have your email and send you the link tomorrow, okay? And so that's it. When you receive the link, if you have friends also that want to learn Portuguese, someone you know that wants to learn, tell your friends about this, and you can send the link too. And if you have questions, just contact me and I'll be glad to answer anything you might have, okay? Tell me here in the chat, is everything clear? Do you still have some questions I might help with? Just tell me here in the chat and I will see. I'll give you a couple minutes if you have some questions. Let's see. No more questions? All clear? All right then, if it's all clear, we'll be finishing here now. And Thank you very much for participating in the Sing and Speak Week and for participating in this live course here with me today, in this live class here today. I'm very happy to have all of you, and I hope to see you in the Sing and Speak Portuguese course, okay? I hope to see you on the other side in our classes, in our group. So I'm expecting you guys there, okay? See you. Bye bye. Have a good night. Boa